Howdy y'all, and welcome to Me and After Kids. Today I want to show you a new addition to our camping gear. This is a portable water heater. It's going to be a game changer for me. Let's unbox this together. So I got this water heater from Camplux, and all I've done is just cut the tape and pull out the owner's manual. You can see it's still boxed up. We've been looking for a solution to our issue that we have with our camper. You know, I have a Palomino truck camper that we ordered out of Austin, Texas, and I specifically asked them to put in a water heater. Well, I drove all the way down to pick it up, and it didn't have a water heater. And they told me it'd be about $800, and 2 weeks later, and I didn't want to drive all the way back. So, hence, I don't have a water heater, and I've been looking for ways to get one. Currently, we have to heat water up on our stove to do the dishes, and for showers, we either have one of the little bags we set out in the sun and then hang up in a tree, or we have those shower pads that you can just wipe down with, and usually that's okay for just a couple of nights. But those week-long camping trips, you know, especially like the one we did to Yellowstone, yeah, we needed a shower after that one. So let's see what this thing looks like. Well, that's attractive right there. There's the bottom, front, top. Comes with about a 5-foot hose to attach onto your bottle. Doesn't use the little bottles. Looks like it's going to be using the big bottles. I'm glad I got an extra one of those. This box holds the pump and all the small hoses. And wires. This looks like it's going to be our shower hose. Perfect. Let's put it together. So after unbagging everything, it looks like we have two different options. We have one with alligator clips. This is for the 12-volt power that you can hook onto. You can carry around an extra battery, or in my case, in my Palomino, at the very front of it, I have two lugs that stick out where I could charge a battery through solar. This would clip right on it. Or cigarette lighter. With a long enough cord, looks like it'll plug into your truck. There you go. There's your power. I haven't even opened the instructions yet, but it's pretty self-explanatory. This is your cold water going into your heater, which needs to be pumped out of a reservoir. So this is the outside of the pump. This is the intake. Comes with little clamps. There we go. Well, it seems like it's all assembled now. I'm going to go through the user's manual real quick and make sure I did it all right and make sure I know how to do all the settings before I make a fool out of myself on the video. But it does come with all the extra fittings and parts and how you can hard plumb it. You can actually mount it to the wall. I wished I'd have had this at deer camp. Man, this would have been great. And it even comes with a mount that you can put your shower head on the wall. All right, I've got a bucket of water and I got a bottle of propane. Let's see if it works. Since I am currently not in the woods, I decided to hook this up like I would if I was out camping. We'll kind of see how that goes. All right. All right, so here we are, all hooked up, ready to go. I have the power cord running into the truck. The truck is on. We're ready to see if this thing works. Can't fault that. I didn't tighten it up. That's funny. All right, let's try it again. All right, so after reading the manual, which I should have done in the first place, let me show you what these controls do. So this is how hot you want your water, and this is how much flow you want from your head. I'm going to turn the water pressure down, turn it all the way up. And we're going to turn this on to get this thing ignited to get hot water. All right, well, here's the deal. You know, as a guy, I don't read the owner's manual. I just don't like being told what to do. I'm sure some of y'all can relate. But after endless trial and error, I finally figured out it takes 2 C batteries for the igniter, and they go right there. It's just that simple. And if I would have read the owner's manual, could have saved myself a lot of time. But all right, take 2, here we go. Yep, there it is. Yeah, you can see the steam coming off of it. Instant hot water. Now, if I want to turn this down, oh yeah. Want to increase my water, turn it down a little bit more. And that's it. It's actually pretty easy after you figure out it takes 2D batteries. Just instant hot water. Man, that's awesome. Yeah, when you turn the gas on, you can hear it clicking and then hear it ignite. And there it is. Wow. Super impressed. Super, super impressed. This is going to come in handy for sure. And then it's just as easy to disassemble everything. These are these little quick connects. Let the water drain. Now I just pulled the suction hose out. I'm just going to pump what's left of water in this pump out. So that drained my pump and my hoses. I unhooked it from my truck or the battery if that's what you're using, and unhooked it from the propane bottle, and we are ready to transport. There's no heat on the back side of this whatsoever. But I'm going to tilt this back and forth a little bit to get all that water out. And that's it. That's the Camplux on-demand water heater. Truly amazing. I'm going to use the crap out of this thing. And I tell you where I'm going to use it the most, that's doing dishes. I'm so tired of heating the water up on the stove and waiting for that to get hot enough and then just keep heating the water. This right here is going to save me a lot of propane and a lot of water. And I know what you're thinking. Man, my camper already has a water heater. Well, this may not be for you, but what happens if you decide to go tent camping sometime? Oh, you're not going to do tent camping no more? Yeah, I thought the same thing too, but I own 2 tents. And what about a pinch at the house? What happens if your water heater goes out? This right here will take care of that for sure. I mean, because you got propane bottles laying all over the place. I bet you got one for your black stone and one for your grill and probably 2 or 3 for your camper. I mean, it doesn't take much. And after I finally read the owner's manual, I figured it out, but there's 2 D-cell batteries that go in this little igniter right here, and it ignited just like that as soon as I put them in. And then hot water was 5 seconds later. Totally amazing. But then your next question is this is pretty big. Where am I going to put all this stuff? Well, no, you can't put it in your backpack, and you can't just go backpacking down through the outback. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean out behind my back seat, and this is where all this is going to go. So it's going to stay in my truck 100% of the time. Yeah, I think I'm going to spend a lot of time using this year. For real. Well, I'm going to put a link in the description below if you think this is something that you may want. Now next I'm going to look for a portable shower curtain. I'm not talking about the ones that go on the truck because I don't have a rack or I don't want to mount anything on the side of my camper. I'm going to try to find something that may be freestanding or hang from a limb from the tree. They have them, and I've had them before, but they're so small and they're only about that tall, and it's hard for me to take a shower in them. I have, but I'm going to look for something kind of freestanding, round, that goes down, or maybe something with magnets that I can put on the side of the truck where I can open the door of the back and have a little bit of privacy while I'm showering. Well, the unboxing and the assembly is all done, and the only thing left is to go to the field and try it out for real, and we plan to do just that. But always remember, leave it better than you found it. And if I don't see you on the trail, I'll see you down the road.